everybody, welcome out here to another video. As today we're going to be analyzing the Monster Jam World Finals 23 lineup. As y'all know, it is that time of year again, and it is that week out here as it is World Finals weekend. We could not be more excited, and we cannot wait for the biggest Monster Jam event of the year to be coming up this weekend. We cannot wait to be there. We cannot wait to experience it, and we've gotten some information on the World Finals. As you guys can remember, almost 2 months ago, I made a lineup prediction video for the World Finals. And now in today's video, we're going to analyze the World Finals lineup and see what I got right and what I got wrong. And I'll just give my opinion out here on the Monster Jam World Finals lineup. First up, we're going to start off with the main field. First up, we've got Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger. Ryan Anderson back yet again at the World Finals. Pretty obvious spot, and we were super duper happy he ended up making it in. After he'd be the first one to make it in after clinching his series championship all the way back in Seattle back on March 30th. He would clinch his series championship and will be the first one to go to World Finals. Ryan Anderson has had a pretty good year this year. He's been very consistent this year, although I don't feel like Ryan Anderson hasn't done as good in freestyle this year compared to the past couple of years. And I just kind of felt like we didn't have that crazy Seattle of last year type run from Ryan Anderson this year, but it was still a very good year for Ryan Anderson as he would end up taking home the Stadium Championship Series West win, and we cannot wait to see what he does at the World Finals coming up in Inglewood. Ryan did pretty good last time he was in Inglewood. He did pretty great in skills. I think he won that. He ended up winning racing, and he would end up having an awesome freestyle run where he had some nice sidewalls. So I cannot wait to see Ryan Anderson out here on the track. I cannot wait, especially to see what he does for racing and freestyle. Racing, it's a very technical track, so I know Ryan is going to be very fast on that. And I cannot wait to see what kind of new moves and what kind of a run he can throw down and freestyle with the type of track we're going to be seeing. Next up, we've got Blake Granger and Max D. Now, I did not expect this pick to end up being right when I made my prediction. Part of me didn't think it was going to be right, considering Cody was going to take over for the rest of the season for driving Max D on Stadium Tour East. Considering Blake ended up, so Stadium Tour East with the Max D driver lineup, Tom Meents would drive from San Antonio, Houston, St. Louis, and Indianapolis. Then in Indianapolis, he ended up getting injured, sadly, to knock him out for the rest of the season. And then for Tampa, Minneapolis, and Miami, Colton Eichelberger would drive the truck. And then Colton Eichelberger got busy with his job and stuff like that and just couldn't make it out to the shows. So then Blake Granger would fill in for Orlando, Jacksonville, and Hartford. And then Blake had to be busy doing the international tour. So then we would have Cody Saucier drive for Syracuse, Atlanta, Foxborough, Denver, and Philadelphia. And so Blake only doing 2 stops in the States this year. I did not think he was going to be in the World Finals field, so he didn't do enough shows. But Monster Jam would then announce in Atlanta that he was your international tour champion, which something that was kind of a surprise nobody was expecting. And he would be announced to go to the World Finals, which is really cool. And I cannot wait to see Blake Granger at the World Finals. It's a long time coming for him to finally get his first shot here in the main field. No, sadly, he just couldn't quite make it. He's kind of like robbed of a spot, I may believe, for 2019. But now Blake Granger is finally back in the main field. Is finally making his main field debut here at the World Finals. I know Blake has made some appearances before in the Showdown, as well as in the ATV and Speedster competitions, but it's about time that Blake Granger makes it into the main field, and it's been a long time coming for him, and it is a very well-deserved spot out here for Blake, and we cannot wait to see what he's going to do. Next up, we got Weston Anderson and Gravedigger. Weston Anderson just absolutely dominated his tour this year on Arena Championship Series Central. He dominated and had like thousands of points of a lead out here, and he just did a pretty great job this year. Although he didn't have some of those crazy moments and saves kind of that he had from 2023, but yeah, he would still have a pretty great year and would just absolutely dominate the track out here on his tour to win the series championship, and will get himself a shot at the World Finals yet again. And Weston has done pretty good in his career at the World Finals, and we really do hope this year he can finally complete a full 2 minutes here in freestyle. As Weston Anderson did really good in freestyle at last year's World Finals, but he'd end up crashing on the backflip ramp, and Weston was probably gonna win if he had not crashed. He could have probably won. He probably could have won freestyle. But sadly he didn't. But he would still get a pretty high finish, and we cannot wait to see what he's got for us out here. This will be Weston Anderson's first show on the West Coast. Or well, actually no. I'm incorrect. This is actually his third show, kind of more out on the West Coast. I know he did the October Glendale show in 2022 and 2023. So this will definitely be the most furthest out west Weston Anderson will be, and this will be Weston's first show in California, and we cannot wait. I know the West Coast fans are excited to see Weston Anderson for the first time. Next up, we've got Dalton Widener and Jurassic Attack. Now, this was a spot I did not originally have on my prediction, but this is a well-deserved spot. Matt Cody would end up winning Arena Series West, but would pass on the automatic invite to Dalton Widener. Simply because Matt Cody, he didn't really get a full chance, a full season here on Arena Series West, as he'd have to come in as a fill-in midway through for Brandon Vincent, who ended up starting the season, but due to his construction company business, he ended up having to leave midway through the season. So then Matt Cody came in to fill in, and he would do a pretty good job, but he didn't really get a chance to do the full tour. But although he also did even have to get fill-ins for himself because he was busy doing the international tour, so he had to get fill-ins for Fresno and Lincoln, where Tyler would drive in Fresno, and then in Lincoln, Nebraska, Cody Saucier would have to drive, and so Dalton Widener, you got to do the full season. He grinded it hard. He did awesome. He did amazing on his tour. He was extremely dominant. He just had a really awesome year this year. Probably Dalton Widener's best season yet. And although he would get second place, he would still he would get the automatic invite out here for the World Finals. And it's also really history making out here, as this is Jurassic Attack's first World Finals appearance, and so we cannot be more stoked about that. Jurassic Attack is definitely one of the best trucks. Not talking about drivers, but in trucks in general, Jurassic Attack was definitely the best Monster Jam truck to have never gotten an appearance at World Finals, and now he finally got that truck off the list out here for one of the greatest to never have made it into a World Finals. So this is just a really awesome job, and really big job, and congratulations out here for Dalton Widener and Jurassic Attack on making the World Finals out here. And this is also Team Throttle Monster's first appearance in a World Finals as well, and that is really awesome. Next up, we got Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. Tyler Menninga would absolutely have an awesome year on Stadium Series East, and where he'd just win his tour and just be dominant all season long. Tyler Menninga probably had his best season ever this year. He had so many awesome runs and moments this year from his tour. He had great freestyles all across the board. Like, he had great freestyle runs in San Antonio Show 2, Houston Show 1, St. Louis Show 1, St. Louis Show 2, Indianapolis Show 2, Tampa Show 1, Minneapolis Show 1, Miami Show 1, Orlando, Jacksonville, Atlanta Show 1, Atlanta Show 2, Foxborough, Philadelphia, where he had that awesome crash. Like, Weston has had so many awesome moments this year, from his big ending and big air crash at the very final stop of the tour in Philadelphia. Some of the crazy sidewall saves he had in he had in San Antonio to moonwalking the truck on fire in Minneapolis and to just burning it down in the mud in Jacksonville. Then some just really great and consistent runs from Indianapolis Show 2, Tampa Show 1, Miami Show 1, and Orlando. So this season has been awesome for Tyler Menninga. Probably so far been his best yet. Although it is kind of tough to compare that to 2023, as 2023 was also a really great year for Tyler, as Tyler would win Stadium Tour Blue, get the World Finals Skills Championship, and would dominate the Superstar Challenge. So you know, this is probably definitely, if Tyler Menninga can just be dominant in the World Finals to try to get himself a championship, and if he can compete at the Superstar Challenge and do good there's a really great shot out here. This will probably be Tyler Menninga's best year ever. And, you know, Tyler Menninga, I really do hope he can get a championship out here this year. Let's see if he can defend the Skills Championship. But we cannot wait to see him in racing and freestyle. Tyler's been fast in racing all season long, picking up multiple wins. And then in freestyle, man, if Tyler can just do a tenth of the stuff he's done this year in freestyle, if he can just do a tenth of what he's done this year at the World Finals, he's gonna probably win freestyle. If he just does a tenth of what he's done this year, he's probably gonna go out and he's gonna be your World Finals freestyle champion, and he'll walk out with the world champion if he can just do half of the stuff he's done, and a tenth of the stuff he's done this year. Yeah, he'll be a World Finals champion. So we can always see what crazy thing Tyler Menninga has in store for us here at the World Finals here this weekend. Next up, we've got Armando Castro and El Toro Loco. Armando Castro would have a great year this year, winning Arena Championship Series East, which is so well deserved. Armando Castro has been chasing a series championship now for a long time. He's come up close in second place multiple times, but now this year he finally would get a series championship. After a long, hard-fought battle with Kristen Anderson, Armando Castro would come out as the series champion just back a couple weekends ago in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And it's just such an awesome moment for him, and one of the best moments he's probably had so far in his career. And we cannot wait out here for his second World Finals appearance. We hope he can get some redemption out here in racing this year. Here's Armando Castro. Didn't really do his best in racing last year, as last year he couldn't even make it to the line because of truck issues, giving Jim Kohler an automatic bid into round 2. So we hope that does not happen this year. Hopefully he can have a good truck, and you know, he's definitely a real threat out here in racing as some of these turns that you see on the World Finals racing track are very tight and very hairpin close turns, which is something Armando Castro will definitely exceed at and do awesome at. So, since he has that experience from the arenas, so we cannot wait to see what Armando Castro can do, and we hope he can have a great run here at the World Finals. Next up, we've got Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. Adam Anderson, it's been an alright year for Adam Anderson. He's had some struggles as in Detroit Show 2. He ended up getting a bit banged up and got an injury, which caused him to miss the whole month of March, as he'd end up missing Seattle. He'd miss Arlington, El Paso, Albuquerque, Birmingham, and Seattle. He'd miss all of those shows throughout the month of March, but luckily he would get some fill-ins of Charlie Pauken and Tyler Menninga to help him out here in the points. And it's definitely been a bit of a tougher year for Adam. Definitely not as good as last season, but Adam has still had some awesome moments this year. Adam did really great in Glendale, Detroit, and in the San Francisco shows. And even in some of the San Diego shows, Adam Anderson did really awesome, right? And Adam has had 2 awesome crashes this year, being from San Francisco and San Francisco Show 2, and Anaheim Show 6, where he threw his tire off the truck like a baseball. That was just absolutely incredible, and we cannot wait to see what Adam Anderson can bring to us here at World Finals. He's a 5-time World Finals champion, and he's hoping to add another one to his name out here this weekend and in Inglewood. And we hope his truck can work good, and let's hope he can have a really good event out here this weekend. Next up, we've got Bryce Kenny and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Man, Bryce Kenny has just been on an absolute rail this season. He has definitely stepped up his game, and he's just gone big. He's had so many great freestyle runs. He's really throwing caution to the wind. And he is not afraid out here on this track. He's not afraid of what can happen, as he's got a good relationship with his crew chief Matt Del Santer, where he can just he's willing to fix up the truck after any situation that happens, after anything that could possibly happen to his truck. Bryce has been really going big this year. He's done really awesome. He's had so many awesome moments, such as his mid-air corkscrew in San Antonio Show 2, his freestyle run from St. Louis Show 2, where he would end up where he'd end up having a perfect consecutive backflip, and then as well as his massive, monstrous air leap from Atlanta. This year's has been an awesome year for Bryce Kenny. He's been super consistent. He's done really good in the points this year, and this has definitely been Bryce Kenny's best season so far in Monster Jam, and we cannot wait to see what he does at World Finals. He definitely wants some redemption after last year. Last year, he ended up losing round 3 in racing to Corey Rummel after Corey would end up, after he'd have some EFI issues and some issues on his truck, which caused the breakdown, and which would allow for Corey to win that race and advance on, and Bryce losing that round. And then Bryce would end up not being able to get a hit in freestyle because of his truck breaking. And so, it was really unfortunate last year for Bryce Kenny. He's hoping to come back out here this year, here at the World Finals, and get some redemption, and hopefully try to get himself a championship. Next up, we've got Jim Kohler, an Avenger out here, making his 23rd World Finals appearance. The only man to ever appear in every World Finals is back once again, and we cannot wait to see Jim Kohler tear it up out here at World Finals this year. I'm hoping he does good. The past 4 World Finals appearances for Jim Kohler haven't really been his best. As luckily this past year in racing, he was luckily able to make it out of round 1 in racing this past year, and in last year in Nationals, he was able to make it past round 1 for the first time since 2017. So that was really awesome for Jim to be able to do that. But he's really especially struggled in freestyles. His freestyle runs have just not been so good. And whether it's been having mechanical problems or breaking and crashing early. Jim has had some struggles in freestyle. We hope this year Jim can break through and just have an awesome run out here in freestyle and score a big score, and maybe try to become a 3-time World Finals champion. And we're also really pulling for Jim in racing, and as Jim, he's done really awesome we really want to see Jim win a World Finals racing championship. He almost had it in 2017. He'd make it all the way to the semifinals before losing to Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. So he was so close in 2017, and we hope this will be the year Jim Kohler can finally walk away with a World Finals racing championship. He's got the flex of being able to appear in all the World Finals, and so if he's had the chance to appear in all the World Finals, he should have a World Racing Championship, and we hope this year can maybe be the year, but it's going to be tough, but I know Jim can do it, and Jim hasn't really had his best of seasons this year. He's had lots of truck issues, and he's had lots of crashes where he crashed early, but he was luckily able, finally this year, Jim Kohler was finally able to pick up 1 win after having gone winless in 2022, and in 2023, Jim ended up going winless, just getting 0 wins on those seasons. But this year, he'd finally get a win in Seattle, Washington, and where he just did awesome. He had an awesome save, and he nailed the Morgan backflip ramp, and he would just have an awesome run. So Jim can have a run like that and can try to win the World Finals out here and just have a great World Finals appearance. Next up, we got Kayla Blood and Soldier Fortune. Kayla's not really had her best of seasons either this year, but yet again, we're glad to see her back out here in the World Finals, and we cannot wait to see what she's got for us out here. Kayla's had a bit of a struggle of a season, from early crashes and breakages to mechanical issues on her truck. We just hopefully Kayla can just have a great World Finals out here to make up for a bit of a tough season, as it's felt like ever since the Superstar Challenge, Kayla has been fighting mechanical issues on her truck, and hopefully her truck can be ready to go out here for the main field out here this year, and she can have a great appearance, and she can just try to have an awesome World Finals appearance out here. Last year, in the past 2 years in the World Finals that she's appeared in, she ended up finishing last place in qualifying, so we're hoping that does not happen again for a third year in a row where hopefully she doesn't have to get last place yet again in qualifying. Hopefully she can do good in there. Kayla Blood's been known for fast racing, so she's definitely somebody to watch out for here in the racing competition. And then hopefully, she has been known for getting a bit wild out there in freestyle, so hopefully her truck can stay together for freestyle and she does not roll over, and hopefully she can have a great freestyle run and have a great appearance out here this weekend. Next up, we got Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger. Kristen Anderson had a pretty great year this year. No, not as good as her 2022 season, but Kristen would do awesome this year. You're finishing in second place on her tour, putting up a battle with Armando Castro in El Toro Loco. Kristen almost had that series championship, but Armando Castro was just too tough to beat, and Armando Castro was able to pull away, but Kristen still had an awesome series. She was able to have the points lead for quite some time, and she was very consistent, especially in freestyle and in sky wheelies. That's where she really seemed to thrive at, and even in donuts as well. And that's where she really thrived at, and she would just have a great season, and we hope she can have a great job, do a good job out here at World Finals, as this is her another World Finals appearance where she keeps getting better and better out here at the World Finals appearances she keeps having. We hope she can lay it down, and hopefully she can try to lay down a nice and really great stadium freestyle run out here. She's really kind of struggled in stadiums. She's not really done her best in stadiums, but last year she did pretty decent out there. She'd end up making it round 2 in racing. She defeat Tom Menson round 1 of racing, which was a huge upset, but then would go on to round 2 to lose to John Gordon in Bad Company. And then in freestyle, she'd have a pretty good run, as she would fill the full 2 minutes and would have a decent run overall. So we hope Kristen can do even better out here at this year's World Finals. Next up, we've got Todd LeDuc and Megalodon. Todd LeDuc this past year is definitely looking like he's gotten the hang of out here of driving Megalodon. Last year was a bit of a struggle for LeDuc driving Megalodon. It seems like he's gotten the hang of it and has gotten a lot better at it this year. And he pick up multiple wins, and he's just had better appearances. He's been getting faster in racing and making it farther and farther in the bracket. And instead of getting to semifinals and final round appearances, he's gotten quite a few freestyle wins on the season, and he's just had a pretty good year this year. Freestyle, he definitely got better in freestyle here in Megalodon, as he was able to pick up some wins there, especially he was able to get some wins in Megalodon for freestyle during some of the shows like Tampa Show 2, Miami Show 2, Jacksonville, and Todd also had some great runs, such as from Atlanta Show 2, where he had a nice and awesome save. Atlanta Show 1 was pretty good, and this has been a pretty good year for LeDuc, although maybe not as good to compare to back when he was driving Metal Militia or Blue Thunder or Monster Energy. It was still a decent year for Todd LeDuc, and we cannot wait to see what Todd LeDuc does at the World Finals. Todd LeDuc almost every year does something special at the World Finals. He's had some awesome moment. 2018, he was able to pull out a flat spin in Mutant. 2020, he ended up doing not 2020, but in 2019, he ended up having the huge LeDuc leap in Monster Energy. And then in 2022, when we returned to World Finals after the pandemic, we have a crazy Ragged Edge run in Blue Thunder. Then last year in the Neon Megalodon, he would end up just absolutely getting probably one of the highest backflips ever. And it was just really a wow and crazy moment, probably one of the most iconic moments from that World Finals. So, I cannot wait to see what new and crazy move Todd LeDuc may have in store for us here this weekend at the World Finals. Next up, we got Tristan England in the JCB Digatron. Tristan has had a great year this year. Driving JCB. Tristan's probably got one of the best working trucks probably so far, probably out here in the whole field right now, currently competing Monster Jam. He's having gotten the best working truck. Like that truck seems to run really smooth, and it's rarely having any breakages. As Tristan has been really consistent all year. He's been really fast in racing. He's laid down some really great skills runs, and he's laid down some really great runs in freestyle. He's able to complete the time in freestyle, and he's able to remain on all 4 BKT tires, and we just have really great and awesome runs out here. And I don't think JCB Digatron's missed a competition yet, and Tristan's has definitely got a really great truck out here. Of course, with that big sponsor brand as well, will definitely help me out here to make sure that truck is running top notch out here. Tristan's got a great crew chief, and Tristan's had a really awesome. He's just done an amazing year this year. Probably one of his best seasons ever, and we cannot wait to see him try to defend his World Racing Championship. I know Tristan's gonna be fast on this World Finals racing track as I just see him just going really fast. Tristan's really done great in racing these past 2 years at the World Finals. Tristan would make it to the semis in 2022, and World Finals 21, where he'd lose to Ryan Anderson, and then last year he'd win the whole thing, and we hope he can try to defend his World Finals Racing Championship. And we also really cannot wait to see him freestyle, as freestyle at the World Finals for Tristan England has not been his best. Although last year he definitely did have a bit of a better run, as he would and at least get a chance to attempt a backflip, although he did roll over early. But we just hope he can have a great freestyle run and tear it down for all the fans out here in SoFi this weekend. Next up, we got Zach Gardner and Wildside. This was definitely a really surprise thing. I did not expect this one happening, but yet again, really well deserved. While Zach Gardner, he's had an awesome career so far in driving monster trucks and being in Monster Jam. He's done pretty awesome, and this year was definitely one of his better years out here. So he ended up finishing 3rd place on his tour on Arena Series East. He's even starting to incorporate the mini flip more into his freestyle run, doing more backflips, and he's had an awesome year this year. He's had some great momentum in freestyle. He's been really fast in racing. He's definitely one of the best racers out here from the arenas this year. He was just really fast all season long in racing, and he's having one of my dark horse picks out here to try to win racing out here this weekend at World Finals, and we just cannot wait to see Zach Gardner. We just cannot wait. Zach Gardner absolutely had probably one of the best skills challenge runs of all time back in Salinas just 2 weeks ago. And now, we just cannot wait to see what he can do this weekend out here in Inglewood, out here for his first World Finals appearance. We cannot wait. We hope he does well. We hope he can burn it down and just do awesome. We've seen Zach Gardner throw it down in stadiums before, such as in Arlington. The October Arlington show last year was awesome, as well as his appearance at the October Halloween Orlando show back from 2022. So, we just can't wait to see what Zach can do in racing. I think he's going to, in racing and freestyle, as I think he's going to have an awesome appearance, and I think he's going to do awesome this year at World Finals for his first time appearance, which is really, really well deserved. Next up, we got Bari Musawar and Zombie. We cannot wait to see what Bari's got for us out here at the World Finals. He's definitely been chasing that World Finals championship now for a very long time, and he's hoping this hopefully can be the year he can get it. Last year, yeah, he did really decent racing, and making it all the way to round 3 before losing to Camden Murphy. And then he'd have a decent freestyle run. He was having a great freestyle run all the way up until him crashing early. So, we cannot wait to see what Bari's got in store for us at World Finals. We cannot wait to watch him burn it down, and we hopefully can have a good appearance. Bari Musawar has definitely had a bit of a better season this year compared to some of the other seasons. Compared to last year, he's definitely done a bit better. So he ended up picking up some of the overall and freestyle championships out here at the very beginning of the season in San Francisco. He did awesome out there for the first 2 stops of the season. He actually had the season lead after San Francisco. So, it's definitely a great season out for Bari. He's had many other great freestyle runs along the way, such as in Birmingham, El Paso, San Diego. Oh, and we just cannot wait to see what Bari's got in store for us here at Wolf Files, and hopefully he can burn it down and finally try to get himself a world championship. Next up, we got Brandon Mahan and Scooby-Doo. Brandon Mahan returning back to the World Finals as, last year Brandon Mahan would take maternity leave. But this year she is back and she's ready to tear it up at the World Finals, driving Scooby-Doo this year compared to Whiplash that she's driven at the past 2 World Finals. And we can always see what Brandon Mahan can do out here. This was Brandon Mahan's first stadium event since London in June of 2022. So, we can always see what she can do out here. Hopefully she can lay it down and have an awesome run. Hopefully she can have a run similar to the run she had at World Finals 20 back in 2019. We hope we can see her lay down one of those types of runs. That would just be awesome. To see her do that. I just really hope she can do awesome out here at the World Finals. Brandon Mahan had a pretty great season this year in Scooby-Doo on Arena Series Central, picking up a few overall event championships, getting some freestyle wins, even picking up other wins along the way, such as in racing sky wheelies and donuts. And we really do wish Brandon Mahan the best of luck, and we hope she can burn it down out here in the World Finals. Hopefully she can have a great appearance out here. Ever since she's only done 2 stadium events since the pandemic, which were the World Finals in London back in May and June of 2022. So I hope she doesn't have too much rust from driving in stadiums, and she can burn it down out here. Next up, we got Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. I cannot wait to watch Camden Murphy out here yet again. Camden's definitely had an interesting season out here. His run from Arlington, Texas, back in March of this year was just crazy and incredible with all the crazy saves he had in that run. Like, he had just like 3 awesome saves in that run, which I didn't think I did not think he was gonna be able to come out of those. I thought the official was gonna shut him off. I thought his run was gonna get cut short early because he actually just absolutely just destroyed the back of his chassis. And wow, that was awesome for Camden. As whoa, that was a really awesome run. Camden Murphy, he's had a pretty good season for the most part, and he's done pretty awesome. And we can always see what he does at World Finals this year. Camden had a pretty great World Finals appearance last year. He was so close to getting that World Finals Racing Championship before losing second gear in the final round against Tristan England. He was so close, but sadly we just fall short to Tristan. And you definitely know Camden. He's definitely known as a racer. He's a fast racer. He definitely wants to try to come out and get a World Racing Championship out here in this weekend. He's very fast in racing, but it's definitely going to be a tough track out here, and he's definitely going to have to face some tough competitors like Tyler Menninga, Ryan Anderson, and Tristan England. But I know Camden Murphy can do it, and let's hope he can try to do awesome, and he can maybe try to walk away with a world championship. And Camden did pretty good in freestyle last year as well. Well, although he did roll early, he still landed 2 backflips. Let's hope this can be the year Camden can just burn it down in freestyle and can put the full package together in freestyle and can try to bring home a world championship. Next up, we got Cole Vennard in the Black Pearl. Last year, Cole Vennard probably had his best World Finals appearance ever last year. As he would end up, Cole Vennard, he's been probably the best performing independent, probably at the World Finals for the past 2 years. He's been the best performing independent. And if there was an overall event championship last year for the World Finals, Cole would have gotten it. Cole last year had to actually run on Jamie's truck due to Cole's truck having EFI issues. So he had to run Jamie's chassis for the main event, and Cole would make it to round 3 racing, where he'd lose to Tristan England and Earthshaker. And then he'd get 2nd place in freestyle. Although in my eyes, I believe he deserved to win. But sadly, to the fan judges and professional judges, they did not see it that way, and they gave it to Colt Stevens, even though Colt didn't complete his time. Well, Cole did, but anyway, Cole, he had a great time at the World Finals last year. He burned it down at freestyle, having really great momentum. Big air, he nailed the backflip, and he just did really awesome. Cole's had an interesting year this year as well. He ended up doing 2 reverse backflip attempts back in one in Houston show 2 and in Minneapolis show 1. He ended up going for that reverse backflip. And then he's also had 2 awesome, great freestyle runs as well. He's also nailed some consecutive backflips as well, such as in Indianapolis show 1 and Tampa show 1. Those were just awesome and great freestyle runs, and we hope Cole Bernard can burn it down. Although Cole, it wasn't his best year this year, but I just cannot wait to see him at the World Finals. He definitely does deserve it, and hopefully he can have another great appearance like he had, and maybe we can try to bring home another win and can try to be another independent to bring home a world title out here and bring home a world championship out here. So I know Cole can do it. He just needs to be fast, burn it down, and hope his truck doesn't break. Next up, we've got your defending World Finals Freestyle champion, Colt Stevens and Thunder Roaris. Colt Stevens has had a pretty great year this year. Definitely better than last year. He definitely had a better year than last year, picking up more wins. He's gotten some freestyle wins under his belt and even got an overall event championship win back in Detroit. So it's been an awesome year for Colt Stevens. Colt won World Finals Freestyle Championship last year, and he had a pretty great run as well. He had great momentum, big air. He nailed 2 backflips. Only broke on the second one, but he just did awesome last year's World Finals, winning that World Freestyle Championship, and we can already see him try to defend it out here this year. Colt Stevens did a really great job the last time he was here in SoFi Stadium back last year in 2023, where he'd end up doing awesome in freestyle, nailing the mini flip, and we just have some big air. So, we can always see what Colt can do out here. We all hope he can just have a great run and try to defend his world freestyle title. Next up, we got Corey Rummel and Megalodon. Corey's had an awesome season this year. He's just had big air and just great freestyle runs throughout. He's been fast in racing, making it to the final round multiple times, although he does lose. But, he's been very fast in racing. And he's just done really awesome in freestyle, just picking up. Although I don't believe he got any wins in freestyle, he would end up just performing very solid. He had very solid runs. He's had solid runs from San Francisco Show 2, San Diego Show 1, Glendale, Birmingham, Detroit Show 2, Detroit Show 1. Those were all just awesome runs from Corey Rummel. Corey's just been burning it down all year this year, and Corey's definitely one of the most underrated competitors in my opinion here in Monster Jam, and we hope he can try to pull out a World Finals title and can try to be another independent to get a win. Corey had a really great World Finals appearance last year. He did awesome in freestyle. We had one of the best momentum runs of the whole night. He probably could have gotten a really higher score and could have possibly even won if he didn't crash on his second backflip attempt. And then he'd make it to the semifinals in racing where he'd lose to Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. So we cannot wait to see Corey Rummel at the World Finals, and we cannot wait to watch him burn it down and do awesome and hope he can bring home a World Finals championship. Next up, we got Cody Saucier and Dragon. Cody's had definitely an interesting year this year. He'd start off the year by driving Dragon, and then he'd get a chance to drive Gravedigger as a fill-in for Matt Cody, and then the week later, he'd drive Max D and would drive Max D from Syracuse to Philadelphia here on Stadium Tour East, and he definitely got some more stadium experience under his belt, which is definitely something Cody definitely needed, so that way he can try to do good out here at the World Finals. This year probably wasn't Cody's best of year, but he still did a pretty good job, and we cannot wait to watch him in Dragon do good at the World Finals. Cody's been fast in qualifying the past 2 years, finishing in second in qualifying. But yet, these past 2 years, he'd end up losing in round 2. In 2022, lost in round 2 of racing to Corey Rummel. And then, last year, he'd end up losing round 2 to Brandon Vincent and Gravedigger. So, Cody's hoping to try to hopefully he's going to try to go for that fastest qualifier position out here this year. And he's also going to hope to try to make it past round 2 in racing. And Cody's has also done pretty good in freestyle these past 2 years. Laying down some runs, getting in the top 10, and probably finishes out here. He's nailed backflip to moonwalks these past 2 seasons. And he's just had some pretty great and consistent freestyle runs at the World Finals these past 2 years, and we cannot wait to see what Cody can do for us out here this year in Dragon. Next up, we've got Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. This was definitely an unexpected spot, but yet I do think it is definitely kind of deserved. Jamie Sullivan has definitely stepped up her game since last year. It seems like ever since Savannah, Georgia of last year, Jamie has really picked up her game. And Jamie, in my opinion, has become probably one of the best performing and probably become one of the best female drivers in Monster currently competing. I currently think she's the second best out of all the females, as I think Kayla Blood is better. Only because we've seen Kayla Blood, she's driven for longer, and she's gotten more experience in stadiums compared to Jamie. Jamie so far has only done, let's see, Jamie's only done 4 stadium shows so far in her career, which all came from the fall of last year from Glendale. The late September Glendale show, the October Arlington show, the October Houston show, and the Superstar Challenge. But even in her stadium appearances from last year, her freestyle runs from the October Arlington show and the Superstar Challenge were just awesome. Jamie was sending it, going big, and she even got her first career backflips nailed at the Superstar Challenge last year. And we cannot wait to see what Jamie has got for us out here. Jamie's back competing yet again on the West Coast, and we cannot wait. Monster Mutt Dalmatian makes its return to the World Finals for the first time since 2019, which is just awesome. We cannot wait to see Jamie burn it down. Jamie has had an awesome year this year. She was definitely keeping it up with Weston Anderson throughout the first month of the season in January, but until she got injured in Newark, she'd end up getting in Newark, New Jersey. She'd end up getting injured, and causing her to miss some time on the season. She'd end up getting concussion after a failed backflip attempt in Newark show 2, where she'd end up missing 2 shows in the rest of the weekend in Newark, New Jersey that weekend, as well as Belmont Park, New York, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But she'd come back and she would still do awesome. She'd pick up a lot of overall event championship wins, started incorporating more backflips in her freestyle wins to get some wins there. At least she got some Sky Wheelie Donuts and some skills challenge wins, and it's just been a very awesome year for Jamie Sullivan, and her progress as a driver has just been awesome, and we cannot wait to see her do awesome out here at the World Finals and maybe try to walk away with the World Championship. Lastly, for the main field, we've got Lindsay Reed and Lucas Stabilizer. Lindsay Reed went back for her competing on her second stadium tour. She did really good this year. Her first stadium tour that she did back in 2021, one after the kind of like Monster return after the pandemic. That stadium tour that she did, she definitely had a lot of struggles on them, and she did not do her best. But out here this year, this was probably definitely Lindsay Reed's best stadium tour yet. She laid down lots of awesome runs, such as from St. Louis Show 1, St. Louis Show 2, Indianapolis Show 2, Tampa Show 1, Minneapolis Show 1, Minneapolis Show 2, Miami Show 1, Orlando, Atlanta Show 1, Atlanta Show 2, Foxborough, where she'd get her another freestyle, where she'd get her first freestyle win on the season, and she did awesome there. And she even, I think, laid down a pretty solid run in Philadelphia just a couple weekends ago. And so, Lindsay Reed did a good job filling in for Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer. Her out here, Cynthia took maternity leave out here, and Lindsay Reed would do awesome. And she absolutely killed it out here on the stadium tour. She's definitely become a better driver throughout the stadium tour this year, and she just did awesome. And we cannot wait to see what Lindsay Reed can do at the World Finals. Hopefully she can have a better appearance this year compared to last year's. Last year, Lindsay Reed's World Finals appearance wasn't the best, as she'd end up losing round 1 in racing to Todd LeDuc and Megalodon and would crash early in freestyle. So we hope she can do awesome out here at this year's World Finals. and try to get her second freestyle championship. Next up, it is time for the high jump competition lineup. So first up, we've got Bari Musauer and Zombie. I'm really excited to see Bari back in the high jump competition again. I think he was robbed of a spot of it last year. But, it's awesome to do it get back at it this year. Bari's done awesome this year. He's definitely gotten some big air, and he's gotten some really high sky wheelies out here. So we can always see what Bari can do out here on this in the high jump competition. We hope he can do well out here and can try to pull away with a win here in the high jump. Bari did really great in the last high jump competition he did back in 2022 for World Finals 21. So we cannot wait to see what he can do higher this year, and hopefully he can try to win out here and try to get himself a world championship. Next up, we got Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Bryce Kenny's also just been sending it all season long, getting just so many big air leaps, especially in Atlanta. Like that was some monstrous air out there that he got. It was just wow, that was just absolutely huge out there in Atlanta. That was such awesome, and get to be there and watch that in person. That was just awesome. So if Bryce can try to create air, if he can do that kind of like a jump again, he's probably going to be the high jump champion. And we hope Bryce Kenny can do it. Bryce Kenny did great in high jump last year, finishing in 3rd place. And let's hope this year he can try to get 1st place. Next up, we've got Colt Stevens and Thunder Roars. Colt Stevens also has been sending it all season long. Colt's gotten a lot of big air throughout the season. And, he's just gotten so much. He's had a lot of big air this season. And the last time he was actually there in SoFi, he probably got the biggest air probably of that event back when Monster Jam last did the show in Inglewood, California, back in April of last year. Cole had the biggest air there, and we hope he can try to get more big air and can try to win this high jump competition out here this year. Next up, we got Corey Rummel and Megalodon. He's been sending it all season long. He's gotten so much big air this season. He even though he's got a bit of a heavier truck than everybody, he's still proving he can definitely get some big air out there in that Megalodon truck, and we can hope he can win the high jump competition this weekend. Next up, we've got Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco. Very spot I'm very happy to see out here in high jump. I cannot wait to see Jamie Garner in the high jump competition for the first time. Jamie Garner's gotten a lot of big air this past year, and he's gotten lots of big sky wheelies, especially in the arenas from last year. Last year, Jamie Garner is just absolutely sending it and just getting massive big air sky wheelies in arenas last year. In arenas such as from Charlotte, Allentown, Savannah, Sunrise, Tampa, Duluth, and Hidalgo. He was just absolutely sending it in the arenas, and let's hope he can just put the pedal to the metal out here in the high jump competition, and Jamie Garner can try to win high jump, and we just hope his motor does not blow. As he's been having lots of mechanical issues on his truck this year, and we hope for Wolf Miles his truck can just stay together mechanically. Next up, we got Lindsay Reed and Lucas Stabilizer. Lindsay Reed has been doing pretty good this year. She has definitely gotten some nice big air moments this year, especially in the Minneapolis shows. She was just sending it out there in those shows, and she had some really big air out here. Cynthia Gauthier, she won the high jump competition before, is kind of like represent out here. And Lucas Stabilizer did really great in high jump last year, finishing in 2nd place. And Lindsay Reed would like to try to go big out here and to try to get herself a high jump championship out here this year. Next up, we've got Tyler Bennett. We got Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Ryan Anderson has really innovated this high jump competition these past 2 years, making it definitely a bit more technical. By the way, he does it where he breaks in the air instead of just doing a massive sky wheel. He kind of breaks to get the truck, kind of like driving like how it would be on the ground level, trying to get those back tires as high as he can to get them higher up. And Ryan has definitely added more technicality out here to that to high jump. To the high jump competition, and let's see if he can go 3 years in a row out here in the high jump competition this year to be a 5-time champion. And then lastly, we've got Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. Tyler Menninga has been sending it as well all season long. He's gotten so much big air throughout the season. This is a spot I'm really surprised to see, but you know, we're happy he's in here. We can always see what Tyler can do. Tyler's definitely going to be a threat out here to Ryan for this high jump championship. You know, I think Tyler has actually kind of done Ryan's strategy for high jump before, as I remember that he had this one huge air leap from Seattle last year. He was kind of like able to kind of do the same strategy Ryan does for the high jump competition. He was actually able to do last year in Seattle. So I think if Tyler can try to master that strategy, he's going to definitely give Ryan a run for his money out here in the high jump competition. Alright, I'm going to real quickly go get some water. Alrighty, I am back. Let's go ahead and see if look at the drivers who, in my opinion, are kind of like missing out here on the high jump competition. And some drivers that we kind of feel are missing out from the high jump competition. First up, we've got Jim Kohler and Avenger. Now, this is very, very disappointing that we do not have Jim Kohler in the high jump competition. Jim Kohler has been known to be one of the innovators of big air and for just getting monstrous air. He's been definitely known as the innovator of that, and it not seem like, you know, this kind of almost feels wrong to have this year's high jump competition without him in it. It definitely does feel kind of wrong, and we're definitely a bit bummed out here and have Jim Kohler. You know, Jim Kohler, although he hasn't had his best appearance in the high jump competition, he's never finished anything higher than 6th place in the 3 high jump competitions he's competed in. But, you know, we still love him in the high jump lineup. Jim didn't even get that much, he didn't really get as many big air moments this year. But, you know, Jim, you know, like, how can you not have a big air competition without Jim Kohler in it? Like, that is just really shocking. We're definitely very disappointed that he is not in it this year. Next up, we got Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. Camden Murphy's had some big air moments throughout the year, and we're kind of definitely disappointed he did not make it into the high jump competition either. The 2 times he's been in high jump, he finished in 3rd and 4th place. So, you know, definitely kind of disappointing that we are not getting to see him here in the high jump competition. Todd LeDuc and Megalodon. Although Todd hasn't been getting as much big air throughout these past 2 years, in my opinion, I believe he should still be in the high jump competition. Todd LeDuc has also been famously known for big air, especially after the leaps he had, the LeDuc leaps he had in World Finals 15 and World Finals 20. You know, those were just awesome moments, and when we're just really bummed out to not see him in the high jump competition out here for the 2nd year in a row. I hope someday Todd LeDuc can return to the high jump competition, as he definitely deserves to be in it, as he's definitely known for being one of the innovators out here of big air. And we just really hope someday can make a return to the high jump competition. Next up, we got Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. Adam's been having lots of huge air moments throughout this past couple of years, throughout these past 2 years, and sadly he's missing out here on the high jump competition this year. Hopefully, at some point in the future, we can finally see Adam Anderson in a high jump competition. Next up, we got Kayla Blood and Soldier Fortune. And Kayla's had some pretty big air moments, but, you know, sadly she'll be missing out on high jump this year. We got Tristan England in the JCB Digatron. Tristan's been sending it all season long in JCB, but just sadly could not make the cut out here for high jump. We got Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken. Nick probably could have made the lineup if he hadn't missed so many events, and if he didn't have as much truck failures as he did. He probably could have made it in it, but, you know, sadly he didn't. So we're gonna be missing out on Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken. Charlie Pauken and Megalodon. He's also been known for big air and huge air, especially after World Finals 11, but not doing enough shows in the States and doing more international shows definitely will allow him to not be in this field. We got Tom Mentz and Max D. Very disappointing that he's not in here. Tom probably would have made it into this lineup if it weren't for his injury. Probably would have been on here, but sadly he is not after the injury he ended up sustaining back in Indianapolis. And then lastly, we got Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer, who won't be making it into the high jump competition this year after having not competed this season due to maternity leave. And then finally, we got Matt Pagliarulo and Jester, who won't be competing in the high jump competition this year. Matt's gotten a lot of big air this year, especially in Atlanta show 2, but sadly will not be featured in the high jump lineup. Next up, we've got the Great Clips Skills Challenge, or well, I think that's what it's going to be called, but we have the two-wheel skills competition. Here's going to be the lineup for that. We've got Armando Castro and El Toro Loco making it back here for the third year and for the fourth time in a row. Oh, and we cannot wait to see what Armando Castro can do out here in skills. He's done awesome in the skills challenge this year, and we cannot wait to see what he brings out to us onto the track for the skills competition this year. We got Blake Granger and Max D, which I'm really surprised he's in this lineup, considering he did many international shows, but perhaps maybe they wanted a Max D in the skills challenge to kind of like represent for Tom Meents. So who knows? But we're excited to see Blake in this lineup, and we hope he can do awesome out here in his first World Final Skills Challenge appearance. We got Jamie Sullivan and Monster My Dalmatian, another very surprising spot out here. We were very surprised to see Jamie Sullivan out here in the skills challenge, but Jamie has done awesome in skills this year, and probably out of all the female drivers there is, she's probably the best one at skills out of all the girl and female drivers. She's definitely the best at skills, and she definitely knows how to balance the truck on the front BKT tires. And this is actually going to be Jamie Sullivan's first ever World Finals skills well, this is actually the first time we've actually seen a girl and a female driver compete in the World Finals Skills Challenge. So, we hope Jamie Sullivan can burn it down for all the ladies and can try to walk away with the Skills Championship. Next up, we got Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Ryan's been doing awesome in skills this year, innovating and adding new moves to what he does in the skills challenge. He's adding some new routines, such as his maximum moonwalk off the backflip ramp, and continuing to his bicycles and trying to getting them into either moonwalks or into sidewall saves. So in that, and you just cannot have a World Final Skills Challenge without Ryan Anderson. We got Tristan England in the JCB Digatron. Tristan's been doing really awesome in skills this year. He's been walking out and having some awesome moonwalks out here on the track, and he's even been able to walk moonwalks even in the mud, like he was able to walk a nice moonwalk back in Foxborough. And he was actually and he's been able to really get some nice combos. He's really mastering knowing how to get combos in skills here, comboing it from a stoppie to a wheelie. He's just been doing really awesome at that this year, and we cannot wait to see what he does in skills. We got Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger, the defending champion. Tyler's just done awesome in skills this year. He's had some really epic combinations. He's done some really awesome bicycles to sidewalls. He's done some bicycles where he shifts it over to the other side. He's given him some nice bicycles in the moonwalks, and even he's gotten the bicycle to moonwalk into wheelie before, so those were just awesome, and so we can always see what Tyler has got up his sleeve out here. Now we're on a dry track, and we hope he can try to see if he can defend his skills title. We got Weston Anderson and Gravedigger. Weston did pretty great. He's done really good in skills. He really knows how to balance the truck on the front two BKT tires and just picked up a lot of skills wins throughout the season. We've got Zach Gardner in Wildside, which is also a very surprising spot out here. We cannot wait to see what Zach Gardner can do out here in the skills challenge out here, representing for all the independents. He's been doing great in skills all year long. He really knows how to balance that truck on its front two BKT tires. And he even had probably one of the best skills challenge runs ever back in Salinas just a couple weeks ago. So, we cannot wait to see what Zach Gardner has got up his sleeve out here for the Great Clip Skills Challenge. Next up, we've got the missing out drivers out here from the Skills Challenge. First up, we got Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. Camden's been doing really good in skills this year, but sadly did not make the cut out here for the lineup. I don't know how they determined the lineup. I don't know if it was based on average or if it was based on or if it was just based off randomly picked in general, but I don't know. There was really no place to keep track of the averages and skills, so I really have no idea how this lineup was determined, but we are really sad that Camden Murphy will be missing out. We've got Dalton Widener and Jurassic Attack. This is probably one of the biggest disappointments out here that we're missing out on Dalton Widener. I think Dalton Widener should have been in this spot. I think he kind of does deserve it, maybe a tiny bit more over maybe drivers like Jamie Sullivan or Zach Garner, as Dalton has done some amazing two-wheel skills moves, as he's been able to sit there, not even moving, balancing the truck on its front two BKT tires. And he's even been known for even just twisting those tires like he'd crab walk the truck and just do awesome. So we're definitely a bit bummed out that Dalton Widener did not make it into the skills championship. We got Brandon Telechka and Just Get Her Done too. Also, in my opinion, missing out. Brandon Telechka is he's definitely done really great in skills this year. He's had some epic bicycles, sidewalls, even some bicycles in the saves out here, and we're definitely bummed out that he did not make it into the lineup. And he also is really great at doing moonwalks and stoppies as a truck where he can just legit just sit there and just balance it on the nose. So we're definitely missing out here on Brandon Telechka. Hopefully, he can get a shot at a skills challenge at some point in the future. Next up, we got Kayla Blood in Soldier Fortune. We cannot wait, Kayla Blood missing out. Kayla Blood, also one of the best females out here doing the moonwalks and stuff like that. Hopefully, at some point she can get a chance out here at a World Finals Skills Challenge. Bryce Kenny, the Grey Clips Mohawk Warrior. Bryce has done amazing in skills, and hopefully one day he can make it in, especially since the competition is sponsored by Grey Clips. It's going to be very fitting if he can have his truck in there, but hopefully maybe next year Bryce Kenny can finally make it into the Skills Challenge lineup. We got Tom Meents and Max D for the first time ever in the Skills Challenge. We will not be seeing Tom Meents in it, so, Tom Meents will be missing out big time out here. We're definitely very sad he won't be in it. He probably would have been in it if it weren't for the fact that he ended up breaking. If he didn't having an injury, if he didn't have that injury, he probably would have made it, but because of the injury, he will not sadly be able to to compete in the skills challenge, in the World Finals Skills Challenge. And lastly, we have something new and different out here for the World Finals. As you may have seen, we had 23 out of the 24 competitors announced, but we were missing one. And while the last qualifier will be determined through the last chance qualifier. So basically, the showdown will be practically returning in a racing styled event that will be taking place on Friday. Although we are a bit bummed out and sad that tickets cannot be sold and that you cannot buy tickets to the event, we're still very excited. We're still very excited to see the last chance qualifier be played out, and we just cannot wait for it. And then we're really happy to see Phil bringing that back for the first time since 2019 to determine who will be that last and 24th spot. And the last chance qualifier, our lineup is actually expanded out here. If you guys remember, the showdown lineups originally, I believe back in from 2012 to 2018, it was 16 trucks, and then it was reduced down to reduced down to 8 trucks in 2019. Now this year in 2024, it has been raised up to 12 trucks. And here is the lineup. We've got Mike Christensen in Vendetta, Joe Foley in El Toro Loco, Jamie Garner in El Toro Loco, Mark Hall in Raminator, Chris Kohler in Monster Mutt, Tony Oaks in Thunder Wars, David Olfer in Velociraptor, Matt Pagliarulo in Jester, Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken, Ashley Stanford in Megalodon, Chad Tingler in Overboard, and Brandon Telechka in Just Get Her Done too. So this is really awesome to see this out here, and this is the first time we've seen kind of like a showdown competition feature drivers who have previously made appearances at the World Finals. like those drivers being like Jamie Garner, Chris Kohler, Nick Pagliarulo, and Chad Tingler. So it's awesome to see them get another chance out here at this final spot. You know, we cannot wait out here. It's a really great lineup out here. Really stacked with independents, as there's 10 independents on here. And then we've even got 2 feld drivers out here, being Tony Oaks and Ashley Sanford. To break down the lineup a bit more, Mike Christensen, we're really happy to see him out here in the last chance qualifier. We hope we can get maybe 2 members of Team Throttle Monster into the lineup. As you know, Mike Christensen, he's really good at racing. He was able to bring home a racing win earlier in the season, all the way back in San Diego Show 1. So we hope Mike can try to win the last chance qualifier and can try to make it in the main field. We got Joey Freestyle, or Freestyle Foley. He, you know, whatever you want to call him, is in this. We cannot wait. We really do hope Joe can burn it down and lay it down out here for all the fans. We hope he can try to win it. Although racing is not a strong suit, we're still really pulling for him, and we really want to see him in a World Finals, as he really deserves it. And we really want to see him make a main field appearance. Then we got Jamie Garner also as well in El Toro Loco. With the kind of track we're seeing out here with the berms and stuff like that, I cannot wait to see what Jamie Garner can do. He's been really fast on those kind of like type like tracks, where he's able to get those back tires and really get a nice swerve and a nice turn here off the berms. If Jamie Garner motor doesn't blow, he's got a shot at winning. Let's try to see if he can make it back to the main field. We've got Mark Hall in Raminator. I cannot wait to see Mark Hall on a last chance qualifier. This is really awesome out here. Mark Hall has been known for fast in racing, and we hope Mark Hall and Raminator can finally get a shot out here to try to win this, and can try to finally get a chance out here to be in a Monster Jam World Finals for the first time. Then we got Chris Kohler and Monster Mutt. I am really, this is probably the guy I'm really pulling for and who I want to see win is Chris Kohler. You know, Chris Kohler, in my opinion, was robbed of a main field spot already. And, you know, I'm hoping he can get it out here through the last chance qualifier. Chris Kohler has, he's done it. And although I don't think his year was as good as last year, he still had a pretty great year this year. And we really want to see him try to win this last chance qualifier. Because, you know, the last time Monster Jam did their show here in England, it's at SoFi Stadium, Chris Kohler burned it down in freestyle and would have one of the best freestyle runs from all season, and right there, and he just laid it down, and we really want to see him back at the World Finals to try to defend that freestyle win out here. We really want to see Chris Kohler back at the World Finals. We just really want to see him throw it. We just really want to see him back in the main field to watch him throw it down in freestyle. Chris was probably, whoa, the screen went white. Don't know what happened there, but you guys may have not seen that, but I did, but the screen went white, so yeah, so Chris Kohler, we want to see him go back to the World Finals to lay it down. Last year, Chris Kohler was probably about to win freestyle with the 2 saves he had, but his truck broke early, so, you know, we want to see him go back out there and get redemption. We got Tony Oaks and Thunder Roars. Tony Oaks is still probably regarded as probably one of the best drivers of all time, definitely in the top 2 or 3 out here for being the best driver to never have been invited to a World Finals. He was kind of robbed of a spot, in my opinion, back in 2022, and then almost got a spot in the main field back in 2019, but would lose in the final round of the showdown. So we really do hope Tony Oaks can make it to the main field for the first time ever here in Thunder Roars, and hopefully just burn it down and just do awesome. We got David Olfer and Velociraptor. You know, David Olfer is somebody who I also really want to see make a main field appearance out here in the main field. I really want to see him get a shot out here at the main field. He definitely deserves it. In my opinion, he's kind of robbed of a spot these past 2 years, and we really want to see him in a main field spot here at the World Finals. If we got Matt Pagliarulo and Jester, or we cannot wait to see Matt out here in the last chance qualifier. I really hope he can win, although he's not known as much as for a racer. But I hope he can do well and try to make it out here into the main field. Matt Pagliarulo is probably also yet again a toss-up with Tony Oaks. Is probably one of the best drivers of all time to have never made it into a World Finals, and we'd really love to see Tom Foolery Motorsports back in the World Finals, and we'd really love to see Matt Pagliarulo back in it. We got Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. We're really hoping he can make it out to the World Finals and make it and get a shot out here at the last chance qualifier. You know, we really do hope he can get a shot at it and can try to win it. Nick has definitely been getting a bit faster out here in racing this year. Here, you know, especially ever since it felt like Orlando's been really fast in racing with the the EFI system he's got in his truck, you know, starting to get figured out. His trucks has felt like it's definitely become faster than what we've seen in the past. So hoping he can take that to his advantage and try to win. Ashley Sanford and Megalodon you know, that'd be cool to see if we can get 6 female drivers out here in the World Finals and 3 Megalodons. That would be crazy, and we're really hoping Ashley Sanford can do well and maybe try to pull out with that last chance qualifier win. Chad Tingler and Overboard. That'd just be awesome to see Chad Tingler try to win out here the last chance qualifier and get back into the World Finals. Chad Tingler hasn't made an appearance in the main field at the World Finals since 2016, and we'd really love to see him do it, rocking out Overboard. And then lastly, we got Brandon Telechka and Just Get Her Done too. Brandon's had an awesome year this year, and he definitely deserves a shot out here at the World Finals. Brandon Telechka's fast in racing, and he's made some final round appearances and even gotten some racing wins. And plus some of these tighter turns out here on this track, this is definitely going to play into Brandon's favor out here, as we really want to see him try to win out here and try to make his shot into the main field. And here are some missing out drivers who sadly probably did not make the cut out here from the last chance qualifier, as well as for the main field. First up, we got Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer. Due to her not competing this season and taking the maternity leave, she would not get a shot out here for the World Finals. And, you know, I know now that once maybe she can come back during the summer, she'll be ready to try to come back for a full season and to try to win and be back at the World Finals. We got Colton Eichelberger and Max D. I thought he was going to try to make it out here to the World Finals this year, but due to him leaving early because of his work-related stuff, he sadly will not be able to make it and compete in the World Finals. Tom Meents and Max D. This one's probably the toughest pill to swallow out here, is not having Tom Meents in the World Finals for the second time, and we will sadly never get a chance to see Tom Meents in the World Finals ever again, which is something just really, really sad. And, you know, Tom Meents was the GOAT, and we're really sad we'll never see him at a World Finals again. This was supposed to be his final one, but the injury in Indianapolis happened, which, you know, kind of disrupted things. And in my opinion, I don't think he should try to come back and try to redeem himself next year for a final season, as, you know, we really don't want to see Tom Meents getting injured again and possibly severely hurting himself and something bad happening to him. We just don't want to see that happen. So, you know, in my opinion, I think Tom Meents should just, you know, just retire and not come back, just for the best for him and his safety, since that's the #1 priority out here. So, you know, but it's going to be sad without Tom Meents in the World Finals. And I guess it's now time to pass it on out here to the next generation out here to try to entertain the fans. And while I drink water, let's have a moment of silence for Tom Meents to never compete in the World Finals ever again. Thank you for everything, Tom. Next up, we got Ryan Disharoon and Shaker. Now, Ryan Disharoon had a pretty decent season this year, but sadly just did not make it in. Kind of thought he was going to be in that last chance qualifier thing. He may have opted out. In fact, on the pit party maps, it doesn't even show his truck being there. Although on the Metal Shop website, it did say that he was going to be there, but I guess they decided to opt out of the events. Maybe he'll be at Monsters on the Beach, or maybe we'll just have a weekend off. Who knows? But, you know, decided we won't be seeing Ryan Disharoon this year at the World Finals. John Gordon in Bad Company. Really sad as well that we're not seeing him. You know, I always look forward to World Finals every year to see what maybe possible new body John Gordon may bring out. You know, 2022 he brought out the neon orange, and then he brought out the holographic body last year. So I'm definitely a bit sad to not see John Gordon compete here at the World Finals. And, you know, we hope he can make it back at some point soon. You know, he opted to go for Virginia Beach instead of competing at World Finals. Well, it was probably because the World Finals, since Bad Company and John Gordon is out of Atlanta, not Atlanta, but it's out of Irem, Georgia, and Georgia to California. That's very far, and that's really expensive on fuel, which I did hear Feld was not going to pay. Hey, from an outside source. So, John Gordon will not be able to be at this year's World Finals. Fernando Martinez and El Toro Loco kind of felt like he was robbed of that last chance qualifier thing. We kind of wished he was in it, but he did really great this year. He's probably definitely going to be your Rookie of the Year award winner for sure. He just did awesome this year, and we hope one day Fernando Martinez get a chance at the last chance qualifier and can try to make it into the main field someday. Alex Barton and Stone Crusher sadly did not make it either. He will be at Virginia Beach that week in the Stone Crusher team. Alex Barton had a pretty good season this year, but sadly will not be there since he will be at Virginia Beach as well due to the distance. Kurt Kramer, Rammunition, also, very kind of disappointing. We thought he was gonna be in it, but sadly did not make it in. Hopefully someday Kurt can get a chance at the last chance qualifier and try to, get a shot out here at the main field in the World Finals. Next up, we got Brandon Vincent and Gravedigger. Brandon Vincent, had to leave early due to his construction company, and sadly will be missing out here on the World Finals this year. Very disappointed, considering he's done really great in racing the past 2 years. But he's more focused on his construction company, so he sadly will not be able to make it out. Matt Cody and Gravedigger, we wanted to see him competing here, as Matt Cody definitely deserves to be in the main field at some point, but he didn't get a full season. He was just being such a good sport by allowing for Dylan Widener to get the spot and to go to World Finals. Then I believe it's the last one. We got Devin Winfield and Velociraptor. Wait, no, it's actually not the last one. We got Devin Winfield and Velociraptor. I thought he was going to be in the last chance qualifier, but apparently not, and he'll be missing out. Hopefully he get a chance in the last chance qualifier at some point in the future. Then lastly we got Charlie Pauken and Megalodon. Charlie Pauken doing international stuff this year, not doing enough stuff in the States. He sadly will not be able to compete here at the World Finals, and you'll be missing out yet again. Hopefully Charlie Pauken can return to the States someday and can try to return to the World Finals out here to get a shot out here to, get another World Finals appearance and to try to get himself another World Championship. And that will be it, everybody, out here for my video here on the analysis here of the World Finals lineup. What do you think on my analysis and my opinion? And please be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you agree, to tell me that. If you disagree, tell me why. Let me know in the comments down below. And we're super excited for the World Finals week, guys. As far as content goes from World Finals, I may be trying to upload individual competition and videos for the events. I also may try to, I may also try to upload the truck precision and truck procession as well. And I'll also be doing Friday at the Stadium vlog. Is I'll be flying out Thursday, and I won't be arriving in LA until 10:25 at night. So I probably won't be able to do a Thursday night at the stadium because it may just be hard to see. And plus, it'll be a new neighborhood, a new state. So I don't know if it's the best thing to go explore a new neighborhood in the middle of the night. That may not be safe. That may not be the brightest and best of ideas. Yes, but we cannot wait. We'll be doing Friday at the stadium. We'll be having stuff. You should also go check out my Instagram, or there'll be also posts there. So there's highlights there. We've already been doing the best of series. On my Instagram. For those of you who follow me on my Instagram, I've been doing the best of series. I've been going through every driver, and I'm showing off the best moments I've seen from them as far as all the shows I have been to in person. So please be sure to go check that out. Go follow my Instagram for updates to let you know when I arrive to places. Yes, we'll be flying out Thursday. We cannot wait. This is going to be a really great weekend. We cannot wait out here for the Monster Jam World Finals. The 23rd one, my 4th one. I can't wait to reunite with all the drivers, announcers, all the Jam fam members. We cannot wait. It's gonna be awesome. Everybody, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you can be notified for when more action from this weekend at the World Finals comes out. Alrighty, bye everybody. Have a God bless day, and we'll see you all soon at Monster Jam World Finals. Peace out.